talk about is Fisker. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Fisker. Maybe you've heard of Fisker. Fisker is electric cars. Let me start again. Because Fisker existed before when their business and they came back. And so Fisker now is in a very peculiar situation. Well, not peculiar, I guess it happens a lot with startups, right? Where you get a product, you put it out, you're like, people are probably going to like this, people are probably going to want this. And don't. So, the thing with Fisker was they revealed these electric cars that look pretty cool to me. Like, I remember seeing their event, their unveiling event for the Fisker Ocean, and the concept was cool. Like the car, all this stuff. But then they did a bunch of stupid things that made it that the company is where it is now, which is almost done. And so I was reading these reports that, for example, Fisker didn't have enough accountants to keep track of the money in the company, which just blows my mind of how you can make a business and not keep track of the money that you're receiving and putting out. And so what happened with that is that Fisker, in the new report, was that they either received payments from customers that they utterly and totally lost, like they didn't know where the payments were, or if they received like checks and stuff like that from customers, that they let the payment expire, because if you're aware of a check usually has a specific amount of time you can cash it. And so Fisker went ahead and lost some of those checks, and when they found them again, they were expired, and they had to ask the customers to pay again. The report also says that they delivered some cars without getting payment from the customer, so technically they gave a car for free to people. And so that to me is just ridiculous. So that's like the behind the scenes management of the company, right? Continuing with the Fisker stuff. So then Fisker delivered the cars, and if you see reviews online and stuff like that, like MKBHD did a couple of reviews on that, other car channels, other car YouTube channels did reviews on it. And the biggest consensus is that the product obviously felt unfinished. The software wasn't very good, but there were issues with like opening the car with the key fob. The car comes with a feature called California mode, which is if you hold a button on the key fob, all the windows in the car come down, and the roof opens up, and then you can you get like this. Like if you're driving down, I guess, California highway, you get all that ocean breeze, which I guess why it's called the ocean. But like that feature didn't work on some cars. So a lot of weird software stuff that were not done with the car that essentially is controlled by software. That essentially is a computer on wheels, where you need the software to work well for the car to work well. This car, the Ocean has a sunroof that is all made out of solar panels. And the problem when the car first came out was that you couldn't really get information on how much charge you were getting from those solar panels. And so you didn't really know. But now that you're able to get information about the solar panels, is that the charge that you're getting from those solar panels isn't as big as you would expect it. Like it comes out to like a mile, maybe, or a couple of miles. And supposedly they had issues where the car didn't stop. When they had to stop, the car will move, like roll, will roll down by itself and things like that. So I feel that Fisker released a car too early. They should have taken probably a few more months to a year to tighten all those things, before they put the car out. And so now Fisker, about a month ago now, I guess, they stopped production on their plant for the cars because they were going to do a 6-week production stoppage. So if that's going to resume, I don't know. They had a deal, or they were working on a deal with Nissan to get some cash infusion to restart production, to help the business. That also fell by the wayside. So it looks like Fisker right now is in a position where they're just going to. On the other kicker is that they put their cars out for sale, like really cheap. Like you get a Fisker for like $25,000, which means like the cheapest electric car that you can get. And it's attractive. Like if I had the money, I will buy one. Just because I can make content out of it. I will buy the car so I can make content out of it. I will buy the car because I think it will be something that people will be interested in seeing how it evolves, how it changes as time goes on, especially if Fisker goes out of business, if you get any more software updates on the car, and how the car performs as soon as software adds and all those things. I think it will be, for me, it will be a great content making tool more than a actual car that will be reliable. But that will mean that I will have the income to just throw away on a car from content, which I don't have. But I think to me that will be worth it for me. But we'll see what happens to Fisker. But I think Fisker is that they just haven't announced it yet.